So what you're looking at here is the fuel pump from a 1991 Dodge Ram van, and I have disassembled the fuel sending gauge, which notoriously fails. And what I want you to see is that you can actually disassemble these and fix them. Excuse the shakiness, but that's just the way it is. So these fuel gauges typically this sits here and it's held by a metal, this sits here and it's held by a metal pin that goes through this, and then this fuel arm with a little tank on it that floats in the fuel goes up and down, and that moves these contacts against these two gradations, and that varies the resistance between these two wires, which gets sent to the fuel sending unit. And I just wanted to show you that you can disassemble these, and the way to do it is you unscrew these two screws, and notice everything's brass because it goes in a gas tank, I guess. You unscrew these two screws. That gives you access to the back of this unit. There is a pin, a metal pin that goes through the middle here, and it holds this piece on in this way with those spring-loaded clips at the back hitting those two resistance marks, and this clips on the outside of that. And the way I got that pin out, believe it or not, was very easy. I just stuck the lead end of a electric meter into the pin and just pushed it, and it popped right out the back. Of course, it's not going to be able to pop out the back when this is screwed on, so it's really a simple and clever method to get these off. And then what I did once I had it off was I bent this spring up more, so both of these now have much more spring, and I bent this tiny piece here up so that connects here. So the problem that mine was having, I believe, was the springs. You could see it before I bent this. The springs had lost their spring and were sitting too close to this piece of plastic and would not always contact these two pieces. So it just gave a reading of 100% resistance. There was just no contact. So unless you physically push the fuel float arm that way to make them make contact, they weren't making contact. When you did that, then you got the correct resistance readings, which I believe are something like 30 to 120 ohms. I can't remember which is the top and which is the bottom, but in any case. So this should, when I reassemble it, work again. And I also took the time to use a little brass brush and clean this contact briefly because there was some sort of built-up carbon there. And on these tiny, and on these tiny metal dots that make the contact, there was also a little buildup. So hopefully this is all in focus. If it's not in focus, you'll see all these pieces and you'll understand what I'm talking about. But hopefully it's been in focus. I can't see the screen of this in the sunlight, so I have no way of knowing. All right, hope that helps anybody with a 1991 Dodge Ram van, or I believe pickups used the same sort of fuel assembly. To me, it's frankly amazing that there is electricity that goes down into the fuel tank to run a little electric motor in here that makes the fuel go out. But I guess it's safe because they all do it.